Peace, y'all. It's your boy Johnny Fastlane here with allhiphop.com. So, Wack100 says the game Ghost wrote for 50 Cent. Let's talk hip hop. Alright, yo, so this situation is crazy, right? So Wack100 says that the game was a ghostwriter for 50 Cent on Get Rich or Die Trying, which is 50 Cent's most classic album, right? Y'all know that Get Rich or Die Trying for 50 Cent is like Illmatic for Nas or like Reasonable Doubt for Jay-Z, right? It's one of their first albums and it is their best album. It's critically acclaimed, right? So, you know, us hip-hop fans, we want to live in the fantasy world that 50 Cent wrote every single bar on his album, right? And I still am under the impression that that is the case, but yesterday on Clubhouse, Wack100 said, no, that's not the case, right? So here's the whole situation. Now, we all know, and hip-hop legend has it, that the documentary, which is the game's first album, was mostly written, I would say 60% written by 50 Cent, right? Even though that was the game's album, right? And I gotta say, it's not like, you know, 50 Cent and the game were in the studio and 50 Cent was actually writing lines that the game would recite. But the whole thing is that a lot of those songs on the game's documentary album were like leftover songs that 50 Cent was going to put on Get Rich or Die Trying but didn't make the album. So he just gave them songs to the game, and of course the hooks were already there. The song concepts were already there. Maybe the beats were already the same, and then all the game had to do was fill in his verses. So that's why it seems like 50 wrote a lot of the game's album, but really the game penned his own verses, right? The whole situation is the game trying to defend itself. Somebody asked him about 50 Cent writing a lot of the documentary, and the game said the only thing that 50 Cent wrote was his own verses, whatever came out of his mouth, right? Then Wack100 interrupted that whole conversation and was like, nah. The game, you ain't even gotta speak on this, but let me talk, let me say something. And then Wack100 starts going, what up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, thug? What up, gangsta? Now, we know that's 50 Cent, one of 50 Cent's classic songs, and Wack100 insinuated that that the game wrote that hook, right? Maybe the game did write the hook, but the game never wrote no bars or nothing like that for 50, right? And the game says that too, right? So I don't know, man. You know, every couple of weeks, every couple of weeks, Wack100 is on Clubhouse talking shit about somebody, right? And this is more the same, right? So I guess we'll have to see. 50 Cent hasn't responded yet. It seems like he doesn't care. He's in Baltimore doing a press run right now. So maybe he will, but let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.